You don't need motivation. You need this. After watching this video, you will never need another motivational video to get focused or start your real life. Don't tolerate fake energy. You don't play about your peace. Before you skip to another video looking for motivation, I need you to hear something nobody told you. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're just running on the wrong kind of energy. And today, that changes. Because after this video, you won't need another motivational speech. Not because you'll feel pumped, but because you'll finally understand yourself. And that understanding, that is the only fuel that never runs out. Let me ask you something honest. How many motivational videos have you watched? How many times did you feel fired up for 1 hour? And then go back to the exact same life? That's not a failure of willpower. That is the nature of borrowed energy. Here's what neuroscience tells us. When you watch a motivational video, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical released when you eat, when you laugh, when you win. But here's the problem. Your brain cannot tell the difference between actually achieving something and just watching someone talk about it. So you get the reward without doing the work. You feel motivated without moving. And every time you go back for another hit, the effect gets smaller. Psychologists call this emotional substitution. You substitute the feeling of progress for actual progress. The motivational content industry is built on this cycle, not to heal you, to keep you coming back. You were never the problem. Now, I want to tell you something that might completely change how you see yourself. You think you're an introvert because you like to be alone. But what if that's not the full truth? What if you're not avoiding people? You're protecting something. Research from Harvard psychologist Dr. Brian Little shows that many people who identify as introverts are not low-energy people. They are high-sensitivity people. Their nervous system processes more deeply. More stimulation costs more, so they instinctively, quietly, guard their peace. You don't hate people. You hate noise. You hate fake conversations. You hate rooms full of drained energy disguised as excitement. You love being around people who are real, who are calm, who have something genuine to give. That's not introversion. That's intelligence. You figured out early that not every door deserves your knock. Not every crowd deserves your presence. Not every conversation deserves your thoughts. You were never unsocial. You were selective. And there is a massive difference. Let's talk about fake energy, because most people don't even recognize it when it's right in front of them. Fake energy is the friend who only calls when they need something. Fake energy is the goal you keep starting, because starting feels better than finishing. Fake energy is the version of yourself you perform for other people. The laugh that's a little too loud, the confidence that disappears when you're alone, the hustle you show on social media while feeling empty at midnight. Neuroscientist has discovered that human beings make almost every decision through emotion first and logic second. Which means if you fill your emotional environment with noise, comparison, and performance, your brain will make decisions from that noise. Not from your values, not from your real goals, from the chaos around you. This is why people chase things they don't even want and achieve things that mean nothing to them. They were never chasing a dream. They were chasing the validation of people whose approval they never needed. Don't tolerate fake energy, not from people, not from environments, not from yourself. Here is the question most people never ask themselves. Who are you when nobody is watching? Not who you want to be, not who you're trying to become for someone else. Who are you in the quiet? Because that version of you, the one that reads, that thinks, that questions, that sits alone and feels deeply, that person is not weak. That person is the realest version of you that exists. Psychologist Carl Jung spent his entire life studying the gap between the person we show the world, what he called the persona, and the person who lives underneath. He said the greatest tragedy of human life is not pain or failure. It is living your entire life as someone you were never meant to be. Most people are so afraid of being misunderstood that they shrink themselves. They make themselves louder to be liked, simpler to be accepted, busier to feel worthy. But you are reading this now, which tells me something. You've already felt the cost of that shrinking, and some part of you is ready to stop. Let me give you a concept. Think of your energy like money. Not infinite, earned slowly, spent fast. Every interaction costs something. Every decision costs something. Every environment you walk into takes or gives. Most people spend their energy with no awareness, like someone who earns a salary and has nothing left by Wednesday. But the people who change their lives, they become deliberate. They do what behavioral economist Daniel Kahneman called cognitive budgeting. They ask before giving, does this deserve my attention? Does this person deserve my energy? Does this decision actually matter? Or am I just reacting? Saving your energy is not laziness. It is strategy. Thinking before acting is not weakness. It is the discipline of someone who understands that the most powerful move is often the one you choose not to make. Peace is not a reward for the successful. Peace is the foundation that makes success possible. When you protect your peace, you protect your clarity. When you protect your clarity, you protect your direction. When you protect your direction, nothing can stop you. Now I want you to imagine something. Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning and everything looks the same, but you see it differently. The person who drained you, you see their fear. The comparison that haunted you see the illusion. The goal you kept delaying, you see it clearly for the first time. This is not fantasy. This is what happens when your nervous system finally stops surviving and starts observing. Neuroscientist Lisa Feldman Barrett explains that the brain is not a passive receiver of reality. It is a prediction machine. Your brain builds a version of the world based entirely on what it has been trained to expect. If it's been trained on chaos, it sees chaos everywhere. If it's been trained on scarcity, it finds reasons to fear. But when you deliberately change your inputs, your silence, your stillness, your environment, your brain literally rewires what it predicts. This is neuroplasticity, not metaphor, biology. You can become a completely different person. Not by forcing yourself, but by changing what you allow in, what you consume, what you tolerate, what you call normal. So here is what I want you to do. Not a 10-step plan, not a morning routine, just 3 decisions. 1. Identify one source of fake energy in your life right now. One person, one habit, one environment that takes more than it gives, and begin creating distance, quietly, without drama, just distance. 2. Give yourself 1 hour of genuine silence this week. No podcast, no music, no scroll, just you and your own thoughts. Most people are terrified of this because in the silence, the truth is loud, but the truth is also where you find yourself. 3. Stop performing motivation. Stop looking for the feeling before you begin. Neuroscience is clear. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. The brain rewards movement. So move first, feel second. You don't need to be fixed. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to be more. You need to be honest about what drains you, disciplined about what you allow in, and patient enough to trust the version of yourself that is building in the quiet. That person is already there. You just have to stop running from the silence long enough to meet them. This is psychology and fact. And if this hits something real in you, don't let that feeling go to waste. Use it right now. Your peace is not a luxury. It is your strategy. Subscribe for more content that makes you think differently.